we are in the West Coast. Wave coming in. Oh yeah. Alright, she's really committed to this dip in the Pacific Ocean, I should say, not just the West Coast. Pacific Ocean right here. Not really sure where we are right now. Tried to come down a camp road here. Forest Service land, dispersed camping is what it said. I don't think we ever got to the dispersed camping area, but we found a little offshoot of the road and set up a little stealth camp, but I'm pretty sure this is public land, so this is just an unestablished campsite. Kenzie's cooked up some veggie spam, cooked up some mac. Just got off Highway 101 after coming out of La Push. Took that all the way to the town of Sappho, and would definitely not recommend it, but there's really no other way unless you want to go over a steep mountain road, so kind of have to, but we were getting flipped off by truck drivers and people are not giving us space, even though there's a nice shoulder. It was not the most fun highway to be on. We're glad to be on this nice highway before the rail trail, which will hopefully take us for the majority of the peninsula. Finally made it on the Olympic Discovery Trail, the official rail trail. Nice and paved and no cars, although the last road we were on had hardly any cars either, so it's been nice ever since the highway. Third day on the northern tier. We began with a really fun, well, we had an uphill out of Lake Crescent, but then there's this really long downhill. I think we're still reaping the benefits of coming down off the lake at 600 feet, heading towards the ocean at obviously 0 feet in elevation. But it's been really nice. We're on some countryside right now. We'll hop on 112 one more time, I think, and then get back on the rail trail, or whatever it's called. Go through Port Angeles, and I'm gonna rest there for a bit. distance there, you can see Mount Baker, which we will be biking. Under it in a few days, I think, which is crazy because it looks so far away. There in the distance, you can see Mount Baker. Going to that mountain. Right now, we're right here. Currently on Woodcock Road, heading to our campsite. Nothing funny about that, but we're gonna camp at Dungeness Recreation Area. It's a Washington State Park site. Yeah, we're only doing like about 40 miles today, taking it easy. We spent a lot of time in Port Angeles, kind of having fun, going to a coffee shop and going to some shops. It was a lot of fun. And we're setting ourselves up for tomorrow to have another short day just so we can kind of ease into the whole touring thing. Fun little map here. We started right here at La Push Forks and then came down 112 and let's see, and then we went on the north side of Lake Crescent here. And then we came down here, Port Angeles, somewhere around here, or probably over here. And then camping here tonight at Dungeness State Park. Tomorrow we'll go over here, and then we'll take a ferry here, and a bridge, and then we're going up this way under Mount Baker, which I pointed out earlier, and all the way up to Lake Diablo. Over. We just packed up the bikes, so just having a pretty extreme late start today. It's 8:30 p.m. which AM, which means we're about an hour and a half behind schedule. But we stayed up late last night with our friends and around the campfire, so we wanted to sleep in. Hopefully today will be a little shorter. This is our guacamole style dip. There's actually not even guacamole, or I mean avocados in it. But it's lunch day, it's pretty good.
In my overalls pocket arm.
Oh. Currently at our campground in Fort Townsend State Park. It's just like 6-mile bike ride south of Port Townsend, where the ferry is to Brambridge Island, I think is what it's called. Anyway, though, we're staying at one of the hiker biker campsites And I just thought I'd say that if you're planning a trip here, these sites are really something special about Washington state parks. They all have these hiker-biker sites because they're expecting people to be biking in, and they're usually a cheaper price. And one thing I really like is they're separated from the rest of the campsites. So all of the campsites for car camping are booked completely and packed, and everyone's there's people playing music and stuff, and it's distracting. But this one's probably 300 yards away from it, and it's in the woods here, and there's no one else here. It's like we have the woods to ourselves, and you might meet other bikers here. Like last night, 4 other bikers came in and we talked around a fire for a long time. So yeah, if you're planning this trip, definitely try to make it so you can stay at the hiker-biker sites. They're like $10 a night, and really wonderful. Kenzie and I both woke up with some knee pain this morning. It's our 4th morning?
Yeah.
Or 5th morning, I think. And finally caught up to us a little bit, even though we've been taking it easy. So we both did some minor saddle adjustments to hopefully ease the pain in our knees and keep us going. But this is the Port Townsend mill. The paper factory uses lots of recycled cardboard, like paper bags and such. Right on the bay here.
Tired of traveling alone. I've grown tired of traveling alone.
Safety vest. Knee braces.
Leaving Port Townsend here, and the island. There's Mount Baker, which we'll be biking under. Off in the distance there, you can see Mount Rainier sticking out like a... Starting day 6. Over there, way off across the bay, is the Olympic Peninsula, which we just biked across, starting from the center of frame. That forks and you push, really push the forks, all the way over here to Port Townsend. Now we're on Whidbey Island, and we'll be, just for today, we're gonna bike all the way across today, hopefully, and then ride the bridge across the mainland tomorrow morning. Currently on day 6 on Whidbey Island. I'm gonna go across today. Right now we've got a beautiful view of the bay here. I think our next town is Oak City or something, Oak Town, something like that. Off in the distance there is once again Mount Baker. Probably still looks pretty far on the camera, but For us, it looks a lot closer, which is encouraging. This will be our last time camping on the beach, kind of, until we get to the East Coast. Figured I'd make a little closeout for this first section. Tomorrow, Kenzie and I are going to be crossing Deception Pass Bridge. We're starting early in the morning to avoid the traffic, and officially leaving this section of the trip, leaving the coast. And although this section isn't really part of the northern tier, we felt like we weren't really starting at the west coast unless we started at the Olympic Peninsula. And why would you want to cut out such a beautiful section of trails? Kenzie agrees. So yeah, anyway, that was the first section. We're feeling pretty good and hopefully gonna pick up the pace a little bit in the next one, but we got some big mountain passes to go over. It should be a lot of fun.